What is going on, everybody? I am Jake, aka Bomber, and we are here. We made it. Episode number 1, season number 2. This is going to be more of a recap episode, kind of. Or it is going to be, not more of. It is going to be a recap episode covering the last 3 months in our off-season, quote-unquote off-season. So we're talking the October, November, December. All 3 of those months we're going to cover what happened in all 4 of our shows, all the title changes, all the storylines, anything that the owners, you see them all there on the side. We're going to see what happened and what you guys missed. So we are caught up, ready to go for the next episode, which is going to be our first week of January 2021. Whole new year. So hopefully we can have a good 2021 in the game. Hopefully it's that way in real life too. But anyway, let's get into the recap right now. All right, first things first, let's look at the awards, the end of year awards that the game presented. We did not give these out. This is what the game produced. So, by the way, it's a little CZW heavy, but let's get into it. Wrestler of the Year was CZW's Kenny Omega, having topped our famous Power 500 rankings for the first time that a Canadian wrestler has captured the honor. Well, look at that. CZW representing with some Canada. Then we got Company of the Year, also CZW. Top American promotion, had a great 2020 and hoping they can continue their streak in the next 12 months. You got that right. So let's go to Tag Team of the Year. It is again going to CZW, the Two Fly Crew. Cedric Alexander and Ricochet got that award. And then we go to Match of the Year. Guys, yes, it is CZW yet again. And this was not pre-done, okay? This is the game putting these out. So just wanted to say, you know what? Thanks everybody else for showing up. Luke, Tigress, Warden, you guys tried. You guys did try. Match of the Year was Kenny defeating Ricochet on television, CZW Evolution, in October. That was in the off-season. So we're going to cover some of that a little bit here in just a couple minutes. Show of the Year, CZW yet again. Yep, Show of the Year. CZW Tournament of Death, the pay-per-view in October. We're going to cover that and find out who was the Tournament of Death champion. So Young Wrestler of the Year. Man, I feel really bad. Right now. CZW wrestler Darby Allin. Looking to continue a hot streak over the next 12 months. I will say we got some big stuff planned for Mr. Darby Allin, so you're going to have to see where he goes next year. Then Veteran Wrestler of the Year. Here we go. Finally, we got some Slam representation. AJ Styles takes the award for Veteran of the Year. It's a second time he's won this, apparently. So that's pretty cool. Second time Veteran of the Year for AJ. Female Wrestler of the Year. We know this is not going to CZW. Yes, it is Asuka. Asuka gets Wrestler of the Year in the female category, that is. And it goes to Slam. Japanese wrestler had an excellent 2020. Yes, and she is a current champion, which we will cover in Slam's title picture here in a little bit. Independent Wrestler of the Year, another award going to Slam, Jimmy Havoc. Well, he's in a bunch of other companies, but he's mainly in our promotions. He's in Slam. I tried to steal him. More on that in a little bit. Manager of the Year, Paul Heyman. WWE gets an award. No, none of us own Paul Heyman. Or when I say own, you know what I mean. We don't have this contract. So Paul Heyman gets an award for WWE. An Announcer of the Year. Of course, I don't know what's going on the off-season, I swear. We weren't watching Warden. He better not have been putting himself in there for the announcer spot. But either way, the Warden somehow gets Announcer of the Year, even though he shouldn't be using him as an announcer. Color commentator goes to CZW's Don Callis. Very surprising there. I'm surprised Don Callis got color commentator of the year. And then referee of the year. Charles Robinson, another CZW employee. Charles Robinson, the man with the hair, referee of the year. So if you tally them all up, that is a bunch for CZW, a decent amount for Slam, 0 for Ring of Honor, 0 for MWA, unfortunately. But those are your end of year awards. Let's look at the Power 500 really quick. Let's see. Kenny Omega tops it, as you saw. Finn Balor Devitt got second. CZW, Ricochet, another the top three all go to CZW here. Then Jimmy Havoc, Slam, and then Asuka, Slam. Then we got Darby Allin. Let's round out the top 10. Darby Allin, CZW, Roman Reigns, CZW, Slam again with Drew Gulak. I almost said Drew Gulak. Drew Galloway, the King of Slam. Then Seth Rollins, CZW, and we're rounded out with AJ Styles, Slam. So guys, in the top 10, all Slam, all CZW. Here's the very nope. I thought that was Ultimo Guerrero. That's a different one. Let's see. Let's find the first. Come on. There's got to be. Here it is. Here it is. First Ring of Honor wrestler, number 15, Jon Moxley. Wow, look at all those matches he had this year. Let's see who is the top person for. We got Adam Cole, Braun Strowman, MJF. Come on, we got the. Where in the world are you telling me MWA doesn't have anybody in the top? Are you kidding me? Top 35, no MWA superstars? What? Willie Mack is on here? Juice Robinson? No way. Kota Ibushi, Jack Swagger, Rusev, Matt Riddle. Did I miss? I had to have missed somebody, right? Here's Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar here for MWA, but 53. Is that the very first MWA? I had to have missed somebody, but I don't know who I missed. But Brock Lesnar, number 53, the first superstar to appear for MWA. So looking at the company wars, this kind of gives you a breakdown of all of the promotions based on their total fan base. WWE in the entire world is still number 1, followed by Slam number 2, MWA number 3, Ring of Honor number 4, and CZW all the way down to number 5. I am in last place when it comes to our own promotions here. So let's break it down. Let's see USA. Okay. CZW is number 1, Slam number 2, MWA number 3, WWE, AEW. Guys, Ring of Honor has fallen all the way down to 6th. That's pretty rough. Luke's gonna have to try to make a climb to get back in. And if you look at the sizes, CZW did break the barrier and bust into the big tier when it comes to promotion size over the offseason. So big stuff there. Canada, WWE, Slam, CZW, Ring of Honor, MWA. So Ring of Honor's got MWA bested in Canada. Let's look at Mexico real quick. Okay, we're all doing kind of bad in Mexico. WWE, CMLL, AAA, CZW is the leading of the pack here for this group. Slam, MWA, and Ring of Honor. Let's see the British Isles. Wow, yeah, Slam did have that tour in season 1, and that definitely put them out front in the British Isles. Slam number 1, CZW number 2, WWE 3, MWA 4, Ring of Honor number 5. And then let's take a look in Japan. CZW, the number 1 promotion in Japan. CZW and Slam both have a bigger presence in Japan than New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's pretty crazy to think about. MWA comes in at 4th, then WWE, and then Ring of Honor. They have a lot of guys that were in New Japan, so I'm surprised to see Ring of Honor so far down on this list here. Over just in basic Europe, we got Slam, of course, still number 1 over in Europe. MWA jumps up to number 2 in Europe. WWE number 3, Ring of Honor number 4, and CZW bringing up the tail end there at number 5 in Europe. And then Oceania, WWE's got that on lock. MWA, the first category MWA is leading in one of the territories here, one of the areas is Oceania, followed by Ring of Honor, then Slam, and CZW is in 7th. This is the farthest down I think anybody's been. New Japan 5, NXT is 6. CZW got a lot of work to do for CZW and Oceania. And last but not least, India, WWE number 1, Ring of Honor number 2, MWA number 3, Slam, then Impact Wrestling. What? Number 5, New Japan. Oh my God, CZW's 8 behind Impact, New Japan, and NXT. CZW is really not not performing well outside of the United States, that's for sure. But yeah, that is your breakdown on the entire world. So right now, if you want to look at the four of us, based off of all of the territories combined, Slam is number 1, MWA 2, Ring of Honor 3, and CZW. It's got a lot of ground to make up and a lot of those outside those territories there. So the last thing we're going to look at, kind of recapping where we are in the game before we get into Season 2, is this is popularity per wrestler. We're talking, it breaks down each popularity here. And the number 1 most popular wrestler in the world, we're just going to look at the world here because there's a lot of categories. Undertaker is number 1 with an 84 average popularity. So that is counting everything. Number 2 is WWE's John Cena. Surprisingly, none of us took John Cena, which was, you know, kind of a bad call on our part, but good for WWE. Still, they got somebody in the hunt. Brock Lesnar, MWA, number 3 here. Triple H, still employed by WWE. Edge is Ring of Honor, number 5. Let's finish out the top 10 here. Jon Moxley, another Ring of Honor, number 6. Sasha Banks, the only woman wrestler in the top 10. Sasha Banks, with average popularity of nice. Daniel Bryan, number 8, with a 68. Chris Jericho, 68 as well. And rounding out the top 10, AJ Styles. I think most of them came from Slam there. So this is your overall breakdown. If you want to maybe screenshot this and see who the other people are, you can, but we're just going to talk about the top 10. So there you go. All right, let's move on to the next this little recap thing. All right, so let's take a look at all the off-season talent moves of all 4 companies before moving on. We're going to bring up some of these later on as well, but this is a overall look. First of all, for CZW, signed 4 wrestlers in the past 3 months. Tony Deppen, Orn Veet, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. He is a deathmatch wrestler, primarily on the indie circuit with GCW and a couple other promotions. Randy Orton, you are reading that correctly. CZW is now in possession of Randy Orton's contract. More about that later. And last but not least, Josh Barnett. Only 4 signings for CZW in this offseason. Tried to sign a lot of older people and they decided to retire. So yeah, it didn't quite work out. There was a trade that happened at the very beginning of the off-season and kind of at the final conclusion of our season finale. Slam and CZW made a trade. Slam acquired Charlotte Flair in the CZW Women's Championship, which, if you saw at the season finale, Charlotte Flair lost to Ronda Rousey in the winner-take-all match, including Charlotte Flair's contract. But also, it was an actual trade where I gave Charlotte Flair away for the American Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. We're going to see how they did in their first 3 months here in CZW in just a little bit. And there was one release superstar, Dave Christ. He got tired of me jobbing him out. So everybody out there who hates Dave Christ, you're welcome. He's no longer employed, at least not by CZW. Nobody else signed him yet, so he is a free agent. But that was CZW's, talent moves. Let's go over to Ring of Honor. 6 signings here. First of all, a big one right off the top, Cain Velasquez. Yeah, that's right. And he put him right in the main event scene too, but Cain, rightfully so. Cain Velasquez, the big signing. Ace Austin, who Ring of Honor kind of took away from Impact Wrestling. Priscilla Kelly, we all know her reputation. She's a little bit of a bad girl. She's a little crazy from time to time. Blake Christian. We got Alex Zane. These 2 guys are 2 really good high flyers in the indie scene that Ring of Honor, I think, will showcase their talents well. And I do not know who this is. Alicia Atout? I'm so sorry. I don't know who that is. I believe she's an interviewer or a manager of some type. I'm so sorry. Luke will be able to fill you in on who that is, I guess, once we get into Season 2. But that was his last signing. And, of course, as you see, he released Randy Orton. It did not work out, just the same as Randy Orton did not work out for MWA. We'll see if he can last more than 3 months for CZW. Now, speaking of MWA, look at these signings here. Bram, I don't know. He was apparently Charlotte's ex-husband. that got a little handsy. Not a cool dude apparently, but he's in MWA's roster now. Koto Brazil is also signed, also on this list. El Phantasmo. I saw a little bit of him in New Japan recently. So I think that could be a really good signing for MWA. Also, you see him right there. Mrs. Foley's baby boy, Mick Foley, has signed with MWA. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of, role he's going to play. Obviously, he's not going to wrestle, but we'll see what goes on there. El Hijo, oh God, I am so bad. Oh, I know people are so mad that I just pronounced that way. Yeah, so maybe Luke will be able to fill me in on that. I don't know. He's more versed in that language than I am. So we'll find out how to pronounce that name, which I'm sure everybody except me knows it. Teddy Hart also, that is a big question mark, a big red flag. I think we're going to see how Teddy Hart can, handle the MWA locker room, because I think he's going to be just as toxic as Randy Orton was. But in the offseason, we had a trade between MWA and Slam. Slam gave away Kofi Kingston and took on Samoa Joe. So MWA acquired Kofi Kingston. Now, if you're keeping track at home, that means MWA now has Kofi Kingston, Big E, and yes, Xavier Woods. All three members of New Day now on the MWA roster. We're going to see if that maybe gets brought back into the wrestling world. And then released the poor Oni Lorcan. Oni Lorcan. I do know how to pronounce his name. I just can't say it. And Danny Burch, the tag team from the UK, have been released. They were just not cutting it for Warden. He was tired of dealing with them in their bad matches. I love these guys in real life. I would sign them, but for some reason, their stats are just horrible. So I probably will stay away from them. I don't know about anybody else if they're thinking about that, but I don't think anybody's looking to sign them anytime soon. So anyway, that was MWA's talent moves. Let's look at Slam. We have a really big signing here we're going to get to. But first of all, Crazy, Mary Dobson, Elias, Dario Cueto. I hope I got that one right. Puma King, Zelina Vega, and yes, Rey Mysterio. Slam hitting up a lot of the Lucha superstars, or the Luchadors. I don't know why I said superstar. The Luchadors coming to Slam. Really trying to hone in on that demographic. We'll see if that maybe gets Slam a little bit more popularity in Mexico. And we kind of already covered the trades. Slam had two trades here. They acquired Charlotte Flair in the CZW Women's title. They gave away the American Wolves. And Tigress also acquired Samoa Joe and gave away Kofi Kingston. And the only release was the man that was just not happy, getting jobbed out from time to time. Zack Ryder is, guess what? He's now looking for another job. He's still here, I guess. We're going to see if anybody decides to sign Zack Ryder to their roster. So that is an overall breakdown of the off-season talent moves. All right, so as you can see down below, all of the champions currently going into Season 2. We're going to look at some of the other stuff here for CZW. We're going to go in order of how the company's TV shows come out. So first CZW, then we're going to go to MWA, then Ring of Honor, then Slam. So here we go. Starting off with CZW's World Championship, The Undertaker is the current champion, and he has been the champion for the entire off-season. Just looking at, not comparing the prestige, track to prestige. When we first started it, this prestige of the title was 74, and it is now 76. So slowly increasing. Then looking at the CZW Iron Man champion, Seth Rollins, still the champ. He beat Velveteen Dream all the way back in August, still has the title. 7 successful title defenses, pretty good stuff there. It has increased by 3. It started off at 65 and has increased to 68. So also an upward trend for the Iron Man title. In the tag team titles, you're going to get to it. Yeah, right here, right now. Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards, the American Wolves, recently traded from Slam, and they defeated the North at the very last show, Cage of Death, the very last show of the off-season. We have new champions. The North were the longest reigning team. of any, or longest reigning champions of any, I think any of the companies we have. The next closest was, I think, Dragon Lee and Ring of Honor, but the North finally lost their titles from June till December. So 6-month title reign, 8 defenses, very cool stuff. Looking at the prestige, it went from 69 to 71, so also jumping up a couple points. Oh, I see it dropped here in August. That's interesting. But it came back up, and it is at 71 right now. And those are the only titles. The women's title right here, it is not. There's no champion. It belongs to Slam. So a quick recap of the CZW titles. The first pay-per-view that took place on the off-season was To Hell and Back. The main event was Undertaker defeating Kenny Omega with an 86 for the match rating. Fantastic match. The pay-per-view got a show rating of 85. The main story here was Kenny Omega was trying to make a jump at the title. He was taking on all members of the Unwanted, and the real story was basically he was trying to take down the top dog, Undertaker. Also, look at this. Brody Lee was defeated by Seth Rollins. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember doing that for some reason. I don't know why. But very cool. Rest in peace, Brody Lee, by the way. This was all done before his passing, and I'm going to try to make sure I make Brody Lee, a staple in CZW. Hopefully, he has a good run in CZW in our game here. Adam Cole and Roman Reigns got back into it. That was the main event of our very first show, the very first show of television. And these two got back at it they had a story going on. Cody Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler, they finished up with an I Quit match. This was to end their story. We obviously saw the tattoo was removed. He got his head shaved. This was the final absolute I Quit match. But Dolph Ziggler completely has to leave Cody Rhodes alone, get out of his business, and let him, live his life. The North defeated FTR to defend the titles. The Regime have been feuding with the Three Fly Crew all 3 months. This is where it started, and it ended at Cage of Death. So you're going to see a little bit of this. Right here, the Regime won a 6-man tag against Mustafa Ali and the Two Fly Crew, a.k.a. the Three Fly Crew. So there you go. Pretty much that was your first pay-per-view here for CZW. Second one, real quick, Tournament of Death. We had 8 competitors in the Tournament of Death. Let me see if I can find them really quick. No, we had Cody Rhodes defeated Orn Vidit. Oh my God, I'm so mad that I started this recording and didn't look how to pronounce his name. And also we had Darby Allin defeat Brody Lee. Both of these first round matches. Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin advanced second round. G. Graver defeated MWA's Ricky Shane Page because there was a little bit of a mishap. Matt Tremont got hurt, couldn't compete in TOD. So 2 people from MWA came in to enter into the tournament to try to take home the victory for the Tournament of Death to represent MWA instead of CZW. Try to steal it from CZW, by the way. Ricky Shane Page lost in the first round. Didn't happen. But Mance Warner lost to Nick Gage in the first round. So Nick Gage did advance to the second round. And then here was the second round matches. Cody Rhodes defeated Nick Gage, took him out. No more MWA in the tournament. So Cody Rhodes advanced to the finals. And then Darby Allin defeated G. Raver, and he made it to the finals. So your main event at the Tournament of Death was for the TOD championship, or not championship, but trophy. Darby Allin defeated Cody Rhodes, becoming the 2020 TOD champion. We had a huge match here. Seth Rollins defeated Pete Dunne, 88 match rating. 88. I believe that is the highest match rating definitely at this point ever. No, that's a lie, because look, Finn Balor defeated Kenny Omega right here, because Kenny Omega, he kind of shifted his attention in the story away from Undertaker after he lost to him and focused more on Finn Balor. So over the next 2 months, Finn Balor and Kenny Omega had an epic feud. Look at this. Their first match, which ended by countout, no clear winner here. It was Balor, but it was by countout. 90. That has to be the highest match of all time for CZW, I think. And then MJF took on Ricochet because of the Three Fly Crew in Regime storyline going on. Some of the other big matches, the Roman Reigns defeated Adam Cole. This match was the blow off for their feud that they were doing because they were trying to get a shot at the top dog, which is The Undertaker. And this match right here was a number one contenders match. So Roman Reigns became the number one contender. The North defeated the Club. The Good Brothers are what they're also known as. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The show ended with Darby Allin on Undertaker's shoulders as the Unwanted celebrated with a huge 97 finish there with an 86. This ended up being show of the year. So really good outcomes from a lot of this stuff. Look at these numbers: 95, 90, 99, 97. I probably will never top this pay-per-view for CZW at 86. That's pretty impressive. But to close out the year, this is Cage of Death in real life in CZW's real calendar year. Cage of Death is the WrestleMania of, the company. So I try to put on a big show. I'm not treating this as the WrestleMania. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to treat the WrestleMania as, but I didn't want the off-season pay-per-view to be the WrestleMania. So Seth Rollins defeated Matt Riddle to defend the title. The Dream Team defeated the Club. Let's see. This was the blow-off. This was a street fight. The Three Fly Crew defeated the Regime, and the American Wolves, here it is right here. American Wolves dethroned the North. That's what we were looking at earlier. And this was a Darby Allin versus Brody Lee. This was a little mini feud. Brody Lee was mad about being eliminated in the first round of TOD, so he wanted to challenge the TOD champ to another. This was, I think this was a death match. And they had an 82, so that's really awesome there. Kevin Owens had a cool feud with Cody Rhodes, saying that basically he disgraced the Rhodes name, and Kevin Owens just being a dirty little heel. He had a couple KO shows, which I have incorporated. I didn't do that on the actual first season, but I incorporated more KO shows, and I think we'll see more of those going forward. Here it is right here. The Collectors was a new stable that formed, and it was Dolph Ziggler, G Raver, Orn Vliet, and Tony Deppen. I know I'm butchering that name. So the whole brainchild of the Collectors is they are more of a, if you think about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you got Dolph Ziggler still has the Cody Rhodes and the skin mask. He has G Raver's got this crazy looking mask. Orn Vliet is a insane. He calls himself the Wizard, the human wizard, I think, in real life. But he's also got this hillbilly vibe going on right now in CZW. And then Tony Deppen, he debuted as I think I call him the Creeper or the Sleaze. And he came in and only fought women. He would only face the women wrestlers on the roster. It was beating them, degrading them. He was just this overall, just a dirty heel that everybody hated. Until Jeff Cobb came out and straightened him up and said, hey, you know what, if you're going to come out here and you're going to act this way, you're going to fight a fucking real man. So Jeff Cobb put him in his place. But anyway, the Collectors, their basic idea is they try to collect a piece of something, kind of like Ziggler took the skin and the hair from Cody. They try to take a piece of something from the people they face. That's why they call themselves the Collectors. And their feud was with the LAX, Latin American Exchange. I did fix this since then, but it should be an X, not an E. Anyway, what happened in this story that's been going on? I believe it started back in November, but Tony Deppen, after he defeated Selena De La Renta, he kidnapped her. He tried to collect a whole human being, and she has been in the Collector's possession. So they fought on this pay-per-view in a cage of death match to see who would walk out with the ownership of Selena De La Renta. And guess what? The Collectors came to collect, and they left with Selena. LAX not happy about it. This is not over. I promise you that. You're going to see this bleed into season 2. Kenny Omega defeated Finn Balor. This was their final match. It didn't quite do as good as their first one, which was a 90, but Kenny Omega did get the final win in the end of their blow off with Finn Balor there. And Undertaker defeated Roman Reigns in that WrestleMania rematch that people did not like. It was not good. But we got a 77 here. Pretty solid. Not as good as some of Undertaker's other matches here, but 77. So that is a quick recap of all of the pay-per-views for CZW in the offseason. The last thing we're going to do for the CZW recap is show you kind of just go through the creative, the franchise players. MJF is actually number 1. There's no question that he is currently our number 1 wrestler. That is awesome. He has been doing fantastic job with promos. He's over Kenny Omega and The Undertaker. Look at this, actually. Hold on. I just want to bring this up because I was looking at this earlier. Look at his popularity growth from the beginning. When we started, he was at 60 popularity. This dude is at 90 plus right now. He's higher than Undertaker in some categories. MJF is going to be the biggest, and look at the picture, is going to be probably the biggest superstar CZW is going to have at the end of the day. But even right now, he's number 1. We'll see how long he can hold on to it. Next big things, Switchblade Jay White, Velveteen Dream, Pete Dunne, Darby Allin, Tony Deppen comes in at number 5. Kind of a shocker there, but we'll see how the little sleazeball will go, how far he can go. Hot prospects, pretty much the same list except Selena De La Renta, who's also tied up in the Tony Deppen story right now. She's number 2, so very cool. Talk the talk. Of course, MJF is one of the best on the mic. Exceptional microphone skills, exceptional star presence. Undertaker number 2, Cody Rhodes number 3, Randy Orton, who has yet to debut, but guess what? Season 2 coming. It's coming. And Adam Cole number 5. No surprises there. Showstoppers, Kenny Omega, obviously best in the ring, followed by Seth Rollins, Adam Cole. Randy Orton's gonna be number 4, so we brought in another big name here. And Darby Allin is number 5. Ring Generals, same kind of deal, pretty much the same guys except Finn Balor's added in there. So these are the guys that have a really hot streak right now in CZW going into the season. Kenny Omega, Undertaker, MJF, Seth Rollins, and Ethan Page, even though he just lost his tag team title. But we're going to see what the North can do if they can rebound and maybe get another shot at the tag team titles come season 2 here. And then who's not is only Matt Riddle. He has little to no forward momentum right now. Going to have to change that. But I'm happy to see nobody else on this list. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hidden Gems is the same for everybody. They're just kind of unsigned guys that, hey, look, QT Marshall. That could be a good member to your roster. So that is it. That is the look at CZW. Those are the overall recaps of the quick hitters of what you missed in the off season. Next up, we're going to look at MWA's titles. If you look down below, you got all the names, but we're going to recap the stuff right here. We're going to look at the track progress. So Brock Lesnar, the Midwest heavyweight champion. Let's track this prestige. Started out at 74, still 74, so at least hasn't went down. 74 is a good number, though. 74 is right up there with everybody else. Really solid Brock Lesnar. You can't beat Brock Lesnar, seeing how he's not on a limited schedule. You can't top that. Okay, so next we got the television title. Daniel Bryan. We got 2 heavy hitters at the top of MWA. Current prestige is 66. And yes, I know we have the default images on a lot of these titles. We just haven't got any pictures yet. Sorry about that. But anyway, okay, we've got some progress here. Started out at 64. Oh, dipped down to 62 and is rebounded to 66. So the title took a little dip and then has jumped up 4 points since August. So that's really, really good signs of the prestige for the television title. But I mean, you got Daniel Bryan, so it's kind of hard to beat that. Let's look at the Midwest tag team titles. The Usos are the current champions. They won the titles. When did they win them? In November. We're going to see when that happened, I'm sure, coming up on a pay-per-view. So we had the Lucha Bros, then Evil Sonata, and now we have the Usos. Let's track this prestige here. 71. Started out at 70, went up to 72 October, November at the start of the offseason, and has dipped down right at the end of the offseason. That's surprising. The Usos haven't brought that up. But anyway, it's still positive compared to where it started out. So good stuff with the Usos carrying the tag straps. And then we have brand new titles that MWA created in the offseason. The MWA Trios Championship. The only champions so far are the LWO, the Latino World Order. Latino World Order, Pentagon Jr., Rey Fenix, and Andrade. So already, Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. have the tag team titles and now the trios titles. Already 2-time champs in MWA. Really cool stuff there. Let's see, track the prestige. Started out at 70 and dipped down to 69. So it's dipped down a little bit, but not too far. Not too far. And why do I Why do I have these headphones on right now? I don't know why I'm holding these headphones on. All right, let's take these off. Okay, so those right there are your titles for MWA, and we're going to get into more recaps later on as far as what Warden wrote for everybody, but this is what we got right now. So the October pay-per-view for MWA was Hell on Earth. In your main event, Brock Lesnar defeated Okada for the MWA World Heavyweight Championship. He retained it, by the way. That's what that is. Usos defeated the New Day in a cage match. The Samoan Dynasty celebrated and talks all the gold, but guess what? We're going to see how that worked out. We got CM Punk defeating Sami Callihan. The Psycho Killers defeated SoCal Uncensored. Now, again, I'm kind of just recapping these as I go. I don't know all of the story because I wasn't in communication with Warden. I had everybody submit a paragraph that I will read for each company, and you'll get more of what they want you guys to exactly know. I'm just doing a quick recap here, so that's why I don't have in-depth ideas of what was going on storyline-wise. Daniel Bryan defeated Nick Gage to win the Midwest Mayhem title. Evil Sonata defeated the Lucha Bros to retain the tag team titles. So they were still tag team champions at this point in October. Stone Cold announced this. So this is where the 6-man titles were announced, the trios titles. So really cool stuff. And he had a lot of really big matches here. Elimination match. This was a this was a trios match. This was a 4-on-4 match. And then David Starr lost a hardcore match. 39. Ouch. All right, and then we went to November. I think this was a really big pay-per-view. Apparently, there was a lot of title changes here. It's called Big Trouble in Little Chicago. Brock Lesnar defeated Samoa Joe in the main event to defend the title successfully. LWO, this is where they won the trios titles right here. So this is your first crowning of the MWA Trios champions. The Usos also won the tag team titles the match before it. Talk about two big title moves right there. And then also, Daniel Bryan won a 7-man ladder match. Next up, Will Ospreay and Murphy defeated Zack Sabre Jr. and Drew Gulak tag team match. Got a 67, so not too terrible there. CM Punk started the show with a 30-minute Iron Man match against Okada. Only got a 68. I have a feeling people would love to see a 30-minute Iron Man match between CM Punk and Okada. But looks like some more big matches on the kickoff. Danny Burch defeated Oney Lorcan with a 31. I think that was the final straw right there for Warden. The tag team, I guess, imploded and ended up both guys getting fired. So, yeah, that was pretty much Big Trouble in Little China. A lot of title movements there. A lot of big title matches there. So this was the last pay-per-view, literally the last show since I'm recording this right now. This is very recent. Brock Lesnar defeated CM Punk to retain the Midwest Heavyweight title. Talk about, how was that only a 77? I feel like the reaction, that would be way bigger than that. The Usos defeated the Briscoes, Cage and Callahan in a TLC triple threat match to retain the Midwest tag team titles. Man, MWA loves their ladder and tables and all. They love their hardcore matches over there in MWA. CZW needs to catch up, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm saying. Big E defeated Scorpio Sky and Eli Drake in an overhead wires match, which is an Ultimate X match, by the way. I don't know exactly what was hanging up there, but he won. LWO defeated Murder, Death, Kill, MDK, Nick Gage, Joey Janela, and Ricky Shane Page to retain the Trios title. 61, not bad with some of those guys in there. Dummy Money Inc. defeated New Day in SCU. Wow, Dummy Money defeated New Day in SCU. That's an upset right there. 62 overall. And starting the show, Daniel Bryan defeated Will Ospreay. If that isn't a 5-star, 10-star match out of Dave Meltzer, I don't know what is. But Stone Cold welcomes the MWA to Christmas Crucifixion. What a name for a final pay-per-view of the year. Christmas Crucifixion. Warden, you crazy SOB. So looking at the creative tab, we're going to kind of run down all of MWA's biggest things here. Okada, right here with the number one franchise player in the company. No surprise there. But he is under the world champion, so we might have some, let's be honest, MWA's got all the biggest stars in the world. CM Punk is number 3. Sami Callihan is above Daniel Bryan. What? That's crazy. That's surprising to me. But number 4, Sam Callahan. Number 5, Daniel Bryan. Next big things. Okay, well, MWA apparently has no next big things at the moment. So they're gonna have to get some younger talent over sometime soon. Hot prospects. So here are some of their younger guys that they can get over possibly. Jacob Fatu, member of the Samoan Dynasty, might happen. David Starr has been jobbing out left and right. I don't see him getting over anytime soon in MWA. Warhorse, I'm not sure. I haven't heard too much from Warhorse. I don't know what he's doing with Warhorse right now. And I know Marshall Von Erich here. I know the Von Erichs are struggling as well. Their shows really aren't, their matches aren't really performing very well, but it says he definite signs that are going to turn out to be a really fine in-ring performer. So I don't know, maybe he sticks with them. Maybe if he builds them up a little bit, maybe they will be something. And then 24-year-old Koto Brazil, a dark horse for future success. That's pretty big. High praise there. Very good wrestler. So those are people maybe to look out for in MWA season 2 here. Talk the talk. Steve Austin, obviously. CM Punk, and then Eli Drake. Eli Drake and EC3, Dummy Money Inc. are 3 and 5 in the best talkers in MWA, followed by newcomer Mick Foley. Showstoppers, these are the guys that just put out the best matches here. Okada, Pentagon, Andrade, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, no surprises. All of these guys are absolutely fantastic, and all of them, I think except CM Punk, are all involved in some type of stable. I don't know if Warden has came up with the Japan Boys new name yet, or if they're still the Japan Boys. Excuse me. In-ring general, same kind of deal. These guys are just overall consistent. Sonata, Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay. I'm surprised Will Ospreay is not in the showstoppers category. But so anyway, yeah, these guys, it says they're criminally underrated roles for all these guys. Let's see who's hot in MWA right now. Will Ospreay, I know he had a really big winning streak early on. He's teamed up with, we're going to look at his stables here in a minute because I know Warden has added some stables. Brock Lesnar, number 2. Okada, number 3. Nick Gage, the man, Nick Gage, number 4, even above Daniel Bryan. There's some craziness going on in MWA. So let's see who's not. Oh, we got 4 guys who are not hot right now. Rockstar Spud, a.k.a. Drake Maverick. Little to no forward momentum. Joey Janela, no forward momentum. Murphy, who I know is a recent signing, I think. Maybe. No, he drafted him, I think. Also no momentum. And Marty Scurll, no momentum. So some guys need some pushes over in MWA, and these are those guys right here. So let's look at these stables. MWA, God, how many? Look at all of these stables right now. We got Dummy Money Inc., Eli Drake, Ethan Carter III, EC3, and Rockstar Spud. They still are named as Japan Boys. Okada, Evil, and Sonata, LWO, Andrade, Kingston, Pentagon, and Ray Phoenix, Murder or Death, Kill, MDK, Nick Gage, Joey Janela, Ricky Shane Page, New Day. We got all 3 members now on the MWA roster, so why not? Psycho Killers, we still got the grizzled guys here. Tommaso Ciampa, Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, Matt Cross, still employed. He's been having a rough out. Oh my God, CM Punk is in a stable. He just don't have a name yet. Punk, Scurll, and PCO here. And then they got the Bram guy, or Bram. I don't know how you pronounce it. CM Punk, Marty Scurll, PCO, and Bram. And then, of course, we did have this group earlier, Callahan, Cage, and Taya Valkyrie. Samoan Dynasty. That's right. Samoan Dynasty lost Samoa Joe. I wonder if we're going to have to make this group inactive. I wonder if there's still a thing. I guess we'll have to find out. SoCal Uncensored, same 3 guys here. Daniels, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky. And the 3 dragons, Will Ospreay, Ultimo Dragon, and Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki. Hope I got that right. So yeah, a lot of stables, a lot going on in MWA. So earlier I kind of showcased MJF's progress over the 6 months here. And let's look at Nick Gage because I saw him high on that list. So he's in the 60s currently right now, 71 in the tri-state area. Let's look at the progress. Wow. So Nick Gage started out as 30 popularity. Look at this. Look at this growth from December till now. So just going into season 2, he is up in the 60s, up over 30 popularity. That is huge. Nick Gage may be the next new big thing in MWA. We're going to have to look out for the man, Nick Gage, in MWA. So it's time now to look at Ring of Honor. Let's see what Luke has been up to in his whole off season here. If you look down below, a lot of titles. He's got a lot of titles we're working with here. So let's take a look at him. We still have Jon Moxley he is currently going on 169 days, 10 successful title defenses. Jon Moxley still the world champion in Ring of Honor. I was talking about the North being the longest reigning champion. It's got to be Jon Moxley at this point now. The world television title, it was Dragon Lee for the longest time, but it looks like at the start in October, 57 days at this point, 3 defenses. Shinsuke Nakamura is your television champion. 2 pretty big names in that front. So the Women of Honor champion is now Toni Storm. Apparently she won the title in December, which happened in the off season. She beat Rhea Ripley. So if you look at this, we got okay, that's very cool because Ring of Honor was already established. So we got their other champions beforehand. But Rhea Ripley and then Toni Storm in our existence of the Women of Honor title. So let's look at the Ring of Honor tag team titles here. We got oh my God. I know I say it wrong every time and people get mad. Is it Red Dragon? Redragon? Red Dragon. I think it's Red Dragon. But anyway, I'm calling them Undisputed Era. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay. They won the titles in September and still going today. 85 here. Let's look at the prestige. I'm so sorry. Let's look at the prestige. Let's track that prestige. So started out the world title. This is the world title here, 74 and it's 76. So it has increased. Very good stuff there, especially with the dip in ratings and stuff that Ring of Honor has gone through. It's good to see the title is still in the positives. The television title is not, however. Started out 65 and is down to a 64. So it's not down a lot, just down 1. But I'm sure Nakamura is going to bring that title up because he just kind of won it a couple months ago. So the Women of Honor title, 69. It started out and it's dropped to a 67. So it's dropped down a couple notches there. Surprised with Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm that it's dropped at all. But so the Women of Honor titles dropped down. Now let's look at the tag team now. Back where we were, started at 69, also has dropped 68 for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. How is Undisputed Era not in the 70s with this thing? That's crazy. I'm surprised it hasn't went up, but maybe it will. We got plenty of time. But also, when we started out, Luke had the trios title, or the 6-man tag titles in Ring of Honor. He had them inactive. But guess what? They are now active again because he created them again, or revitalized them. And here are your champions. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Alex Shelley, and Kushida are your trios, your 6-man tag titles. It doesn't show the older ones because I guess because they went inactive maybe. But let's look at the prestige. It started out as a 45. Why did it start so low? Wow. So a lot of work to do. This is very low on the totem pole when it comes to titles. Luke's going to have to work hard. Luke's going to have to work hard to get this up, but with these guys holding the titles, I'm sure it's going to only go up from here, but it has went up from a 45 to a 46. So these are your current champions. They've held them since October, the beginning of the off season. So the first pay-per-view took place in October in the off season for Ring of Honor. And the main event was Jon Moxley against Cain Velasquez. And this was the new signing. That is crazy that this did that good because we were seeing a lot of bad main events out of Ring of Honor, and we finally got a really good one here, and it brought his show rating, his pay-per-view rating up to a 62, which I know that's a little low compared to the other ones, but Ring of Honor has been making waves, has been moving up, so that overall was a win. And also on this pay-per-view is where Nakamura defeated Dragon Lee, the long-reigning television champion, to take that title away from him. And then we had a big, this is the trios guy. This was the trios title match. Here we go. Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Time Splitters defeated the Toxic Society, Kip Sabian, Angelico and Helico and Evans, sorry, to win the World Tag Team, 6-man tag team titles. Naito defeated Johnny Gargano Rhea Ripley defeated Chris Statlander to defend the Women of Honor title. Austin Aries defeated Tozawa, 62. So good stuff there. Looks like your match of the night, though, was Naito versus Gargano. No surprise. That's pretty good. Red Dragon defeated Private Party to retain their titles. And then TJP defeated Roderick Strong with a 64 there. And then we had a really bad match here. Miz and Morrison defeated Ten Cozy, 38. That was rough. And then to open the show, Candice LeRae defeated Dakota Kai. So then there was an issue with Luke's surprise. We had an issue with Luke here. He did not create the pay-per-view for November. So there was a mistake, and we went through the month of November, and Luke didn't have a pay-per-view. So we had to schedule it for the first week of December. So technically, Ring of Honor had 2 pay-per-views in the month of December, but this should have been his November pay-per-view, Survival of the Fittest. Look at that rating, 81. Luke coming in with a huge rating here, and let's see what got it here. Main event with an 83. This is definitely his best match at this point in time. Naito defeated Jonathan Gresham, Hangman Page, Tanahashi, Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano in an elimination match. I assume that was maybe a number 1 contender match. How was that? Why is that over the main event? I don't know. That had to have been, I guess, Survival of the Fittest, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to ask Luke. Maybe that was his. No, it wasn't. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us in his write-up that I'm going to read here in a minute. Jon Moxley defeated Sami Zayn to retain the world title, leader of Toxic Society. Nakamura defeated Dragon Lee in a rematch. 59. Why was that so low? That's crazy. Speaking of low, Toni Storm defeated Rhea Ripley for the Women of Honor title. This is where she won it here with a 49. Best Friends defeated the Time Splitters. Kyle O'Reilly defeated Jay Lethal. And your opening match was TJP defeating Ace Austin, Ray Horus, and Kyle Fletcher. Who in the world is Kyle Fletcher? Who is this guy? Employed by Ring of Honor? On loan. Oh, loan. Okay, he was loaned to him. Okay, I was like, who is this guy? Anyway, and then Moose defeated Joe Coffey. What? Is this on loan too? Oh my God, Joe Coffey's out there. I might have to take a look at Joe Coffey now. Anyway, that was Survival of the Fittest, which should have been his November pay-per-view. And then this is Ring of Honor's main event, kind of our biggest show of the year, kind of like Cage of Death is for CZW. I don't know if Luke's going to treat it that way. We will see. Either way, it got a good rating, 74 overall, sellout 35,000. Jon Moxley defeated Kyle O'Reilly in the main event. His tag team champion fighting in the main event for the world title. 78 overall. Very good rating there. No surprise. Jon Moxley's killing it. Nakamura defeated Ace Austin and TJP. Triple threat match to retain the television title. 75. Very good match there. Moose defeated Tanahashi. Oh my God. Oh, see, I'm reading these for the first time. I haven't looked at other people's stuff, so this is my initial reactions. Moose is just, Luke is a giant Moose fan. I love Moose, but man, these are some big wins here that he's got in Ring of Honor. Toni Storm defeated Priscilla Kelly, defend the Women of Honor title, 40 overall, not great. Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. Wow, isn't that the old school? These guys used to be on a team, right? They were Roppongi Vice, I believe was their name. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought they were. The Miz and Ricky Starks, Private Party, and Hybrid 2. So we had a 4-way tag team match. Naito then defeated Roderick Strong. Kojima defeated Zicky Dice, not Zicky Dice, with a 34. Oh my God, 34. Not good there. And then the pre-show, Chuck Taylor defeated Alex Zane. So Ring of Honor has had, we had a 73, started out good, 75, 77, 77, 62. He dipped right at the beginning, but look at this. Boom, 81. Ring of Honor hit their first 80 overall for a pay-per-view, and then right back in the 70s. So Ring of Honor has still, even though they dipped a lot in their TV, they did come through this offseason with some really good shows, especially Survival of the Fittest, which was their best show of the year. Let's look at Ring of Honor's creative here. Naito is the #1 guy. This is the top dude in Ring of Honor right now, and he doesn't hold any gold. That's crazy. Bray Wyatt is #2, which I didn't see his name in any of that stuff. Luke, are you using Bray Wyatt? He's your #2 guy. If you're not using him, let's look at the last time he used him. Let's see, match history. Match history. Here we go. Oh, he used him. He's used him. He's had 3 matches: October, November, December. 3 matches in the offseason. One of them a pre-show match. Luke, what are you doing? I'll take the guy. I will take Bray Wyatt. I will take the Fiend. I will take him. If you don't want him, Jesus. #3 is the world champion, Jon Moxley. #4 is Edge. Surprisingly pretty high for Edge. Also, next big things. These are the young guys who got a big chance here. Ricky Starks, who is actually really good. He's got a lot of charisma in real life. I don't know. I haven't looked at his stats in the game, but Ricky Starks is a good dude. Dragon Lee, no surprise there. Surprised he's not #1, but no surprise that he's on this list. Dragon Lee, I think we will see. I wouldn't be surprised if Luke has Dragon Lee beat Jon Moxley for that title, because somebody's got to do it eventually. Hot prospects. These are the younger guys and gals who can, make a big move here. Well, we got Alexa Bliss is a hot prospect. What? #1 Hangman Page, no surprise. Ricky Starks, Chris Statlander over Alexa Bliss, and then Ace Austin, definitely Ace Austin. I support that all day, every day. But 5 really good names here. So Alexa Bliss, that's still a little surprising to me. Shown signs turn out to be a really fine in-ring performer. Who would have knew? Who would have knew? Who can talk the talk? Bray Wyatt. He's your best guy on the mic. And Luke, you're not using him. Naito, #2. The Miz, of course, #3. Jon Moxley, #4, and Edge, #5. So Luke, if you're not paying attention to anything that's been going on, Luke, I hope you're watching this and I hope you see what you need to improve on. Because there's a lot of people pulling for Ring of Honor that watch this, and guess what? They're just screaming at you to use your people, like I am. Naito, #1, as far as showstoppers. Tanahashi, #2, Hangman Page, #3, Nakamura, #4. There he is. Bray Wyatt, #5. In-ring generals. Johnny Gargano, no surprise. Jay Lethal. Where's Jonathan Gresham on this, man? Wow. Sami Zayn. I mean, all these guys are really big. Ring of Honor has fantastic, technical wrestlers, so no surprise here. But I figured in-ring generals, we'd see some Jonathan Gresham up on here. But Gargano, Lethal, Kyle O'Reilly, Tanahashi, and Sami Zayn, all still pretty good names. So let's see who's hot in Ring of Honor right now. Jon Moxley and Naito. Rhea Ripley, even though she lost the title, she's still high up. Dragon Lee is #4, and Tanahashi, #5, 6-man tag champion right there. So let's see who's not. Hopefully I don't see a lot of names here. And we got a full list. Luke. Roderick Strong, #1, no momentum. Kushida, no momentum. He's a champion. The champion has no momentum. He's a 6-man tag team champion right now. Jay Lethal, no momentum. Tony Storm, another champion. Luke, you got 2 of your champions. With no momentum. And Chuck Taylor, who you love. How has Chuck Taylor got no momentum? You love Chuck Taylor. So a lot of work here that Ring of Honor's got to do about boosting these people up, which I'm surprised at some of the names on here because Luke really likes these guys. So we're going to see if Luke can bring some of these names up and keep showcasing some of these the big names here, like Bray Wyatt. So I was looking through Luke's roster trying to find a guy that, made a big progress jump in his popularity. And I think Dragon Lee is the guy that we got to talk about right here. Currently in the 60s, started as a 55, so not a giant jump, but he's almost at a 10 positive. So Dragon Lee is making waves for Ring of Honor, but he's already got a really high popularity in Mexico, which is really going to help boost his overall popularity, I think. So if he gets the United States in the 70s, guys, look out. Dragon Lee is going to be one of the most popular wrestlers on the entire roster here for Ring of Honor. So keep your eyes on him. Now on to Slam. We're going to look at the champions first and see how well their progress is moving with their prestige. Still, the king of Slam is Drew McIntyre. track progress. Started out 75. It's up to a 76. So still in the positive, still right up there on the top. I believe this is the same. This has got to be near the top, right? Prestige. King of Slam. Oh, it's actually way down here. Still, 99 for the IWGP heavyweight title. Come on, game. We're not going to catch that. Anyway, 76 is still a really good number for Drew McIntyre. The Queen of Slam is Asuka. Asuka won the title in December at the very last show on the pay-per-views that we're about to cover in a second. Asuka won the title. Let's look at this Prestige. Started at 74, still 74. But I have a feeling with Asuka, it's going to move up even higher. So the tag team titles here, we're going to look at them next. We got the Young Bucks who won the titles also in the off-season in November. Let's look at the progress. Okay, it is up. Started out 70 and has moved up to a 71. So the Young Bucks, going to see if they can raise the prestige even more. They've had one successful title defense so far, but only titles for 29 days. So going to be interesting to see how long they hold them in season 2. Then we had the later edition title for Slam here, the Intercontinental title, which is currently held by the first ever champion, Jimmy Havoc. Prestige is 56. That's not very high. It started out at 54 though, and has moved up to a 56. So it is making some progress, just not super quick. 4 successful title defenses in 85 days, and he won that again. That was back in season 1. So 2 title changes in the off season for Slam. All right, looking at the pay-per-views, Halloween Havoc, which was the October pay-per-view for Slam. I don't know. Did they get the rights to this? I don't know. I think there's somebody got sued for the show rating. Show rating 79. Main event was AJ Styles defeating Asuka with an 81. I know Slam loves the intergender matches, and it is always look. A lot of these are intergender. All of these are paying off. Slam does intergender right. Okay. We got an 81, and then Sasha Banks defeated Drew McIntyre. Sasha Banks defeated the King of Slam, and then it looks like stole the King of Slam title. We're going to have to hear about that. I'm sure she wrote about that storyline wise. Pac defeated Kurt Angle. Kota Ibushi defeated Chris Jericho. Jimmy Havoc defeated Matt Hardy to retain the Intercontinental title. A lot of really good scores here. Cesaro defeated Aleister Black. Keith Lee defeated Austin Theory. Shayna Baszler defeated Tennille Dashwood via stoppage. That's what I'm talking about. Knock her out. Get in there, ref. Stop it. 71 overall. Young Bucks defeated the Kabuki Warriors and Mustache Mountain. So the Kabuki Warriors got in there. So Asuka was there. Okay. So Io Shirai, and I guess is the other one? Riho? Is Riho part of the Io and Kairi Sane? So I wonder, is Riho a part of the Kabuki Warriors? I don't know. Maybe if she's not, maybe we could have a 4th member. I don't know. Anyway, 4 pre-show matches. Dang. Bailey defeated Sonya Deville in the pre-show. But look at all these numbers. Really good numbers here. Match of the night was definitely AJ and Asuka. 79. So that was your Halloween Havoc. Then we went on to Judgment Day. Again, Slam, you're going to get sued. You better be careful. WWE is going to come for you here. 83. Popping a big number here. Main event was Drew McIntyre and Sasha Banks. 81. Awesome main event. Drew McIntyre defeated her and got back his King of Slam title, apparently. Still the champ. Then Ronda Rousey defeated Charlotte Flair to retain the Queen of Slam title. Charlotte Flair was the acquisition over that match in CZW. Looks like they had a rematch over here in Slam. Got another good rating, 77. Jimmy Havoc defeated Bandito. Good to see Bandito getting up there in a top high-profile match. 64, they're not the best of that. We had a rematch with Asuka and AJ Styles with an 89. Almost hitting a 90 for the match rating, which is super hard to do. Aleister Black defeated Cesaro, so that was a rematch. Shayna Baszler defeated Kairi Sane with a 71. Elias Sampson, I like how they put his last name back in the game, defeated Kofi Kingston. This was on Kofi's way out, I believe. So you got to put over the new guys on your way out. Kota Ibushi defeated Walter with a big monster 79 rating. And then this is where the Young Bucks defeated the Street Profits to win the Slam Dynamic Duo titles. This is where they became the tag team champs here. Yeah, Chad Gable won a battle royal because I believe Slam definitely has Slam has a battle royal in every pay-per-view. Walter won the battle royal on Halloween Havoc. Chad Gable won the one on Judgment Day. So massive show here for the November pay-per-view. 83 monster show, and then closed out the year with an 81. Another very good, a lot less matches on this one. Oh my God, look at this. No angles or anything. We had one angle at the very end and one at the very beginning. That's not in Slam's wheelhouse. This is very different. And got 51,000 people in attendance. The main event was Asuka defeating Ronda Rousey to win the Queen of Slam title. So we have the second ever Queen of Slam champion right now. That it just happened. 73 overall. Pac and Chad Gable defeated Drew McIntyre and Kurt Angle. The War Raiders, haven't seen their name in these results here lately. War Raiders defeated Aleister Black and Cesaro. That could be an interesting tag team. Walter defeated Kota Ibushi. So they had a rematch there. Got a 74. All of these numbers are good. Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville defeated the Kabuki Warriors. I like that team. You got the MMA girls teaming up, Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. I really like that team. I want to see them challenge for the Dynamic Duo titles. I bet they would beat the shit out of the Young Bucks. So very cool. I really like that. Jimmy Havoc defeated Bayley. Wow, that's a monster win for Jimmy Havoc. Defeated Bayley there. Samoa Joe, the newest member of the roster, defeated another new member, Rey Mysterio, with a 71. Very good match rating there. A great match rating here. Rematch here with Young Bucks defeating the Street Profits, who just lost the titles the month prior. 82 overall, which was the highest match of the pay-per-view, and it was the opening show match. And Sasha Banks won the Battle Royal for New Year's resolution. Another big. So let's look at the overall 79, 83, 81, 3 really good showing pay-per-views here out of Slam. No surprise. Time to look at the creative. Let's do it. Asuka, number 1, the top wrestler in Slam. Again, no surprise there. Asuka. Number 2, Chris Jericho. He's still flirting around in the top 5. Very impressive, especially with the stacked of a roster that Chris Jericho is remaining this high up. Pac, number 3, extremely popular. Impressive charisma. We're going to see more angles out of him. Drew McIntyre, the King of Slam, number 4, and AJ Styles, the Veteran of the Year award, goes to the number 5 guy in the company. I believe this is off of popularity wise. So, or just maybe overall just top people in the company. Next big thing. Oh, no next big things out of Slam. Very, very surprised by that. Let's look at hot prospects here. Tyler Bate, Tessa Blanchard could be really big. Austin Theory, I tried signing him, but Slam got him before I could. And Yuka Sakazaki, she's I remember her in AEW. She's like kind of got like a genie almost type look to her. So she's one of the younger members of the roster. Oh, she's 29. Okay, maybe she's not one of the younger members of the roster. Bandito is though, and he's a dark horse for future success. Bandito number 5. So those are your top 5 hot prospects. Let's look at the top 5 on the mic. Number 1, The Rock. No surprise there. Wait a minute. Can you not use The Rock in matches, Tigress? Maybe you don't want to. I don't know. But I haven't seen The Rock in a match yet. Has The Rock been in a match yet? No, The Rock has not been in a match yet. Okay. He might not be able to compete though, so that might be a thing. Chris Jericho number 2. Yep, no surprise. Asuka number 3. Now that is a shocker to me. Asuka, we've seen her do great stuff on the game here, but with the language barrier, I'm very surprised to see her number 3 with microphone skills. R-Truth, very cool stuff to see him. One of your mid-card guys here in number 4. And Pac, number 5. Number 5 with Pac, that's a little bit of a surprise, but good deal there. No AJ. AJ's under all these guys. Very interesting. Showstoppers, Pac number 1, Asuka number 2. And then, of course, you got the Nick Jackson, one half of the Young Bucks tag team champions, or dynamic duo champions, sorry. Chris Jericho is still under the showstopper category. Wow. He isn't bad or labeled as boring. That's true. AJ, I'm surprised AJ is not number one. But ring generals, Asuka number one, Tyler Bate number two, Pac again right in there, Tessa Blanchard, and Walter number 5 for in-ring generals. So Asuka is leading all of the charts, if you've noticed that. Who's hot? Guess what? Asuka, of course. Asuka number 1, AJ Styles, Ronda Rousey still pretty high up on the Who's Hot list. The King of Slam champion, number 4 here, followed by Aleister Black. He's been in the main event scene. I know that. He just hasn't been able to get any gold. He lost to Drew McIntyre a couple times, so didn't quite get his hands on the King of Slam title. But the Queen of Slam is ruling over Slam. Pretty obvious when we're looking at this. But let's see who is not hot right now. R-Truth. Oh man, poor Truth. Poor Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy. Man, we got two of the old school guys here, and one guy who's been around forever but still looks like he's 25. R-Truth, dude looks amazing, and I know I think did Tigress suspend him? I believe for drug use. I think he broke the rules 3 or 4 times. But either way, he's not doing too hot. Maybe he's in the doghouse. Maybe that's what's going on here. So I was kind of having a hard time finding people on the Slam roster who've made a lot of progress in the popularity wise, but one of the ones that I found that was making a decent progress here was Bandito. Started out as a 55 and he's progressed up to pretty much 60 across the board here in the United States. And again, a lot of her guys and girls are all really high up already. And they just are still up there in the top. Maybe Chad Gable. Let's look at him real quick. In the 60s, start out 55. So I guess Chad Gable's progressed a little bit more than Bandito, but a lot of the Slam talent, they're kind of just high up, and they've been high up, and we always make the joke on the show, like nothing ever bad happens in Slam. Everything's all good, sunshine and rainbows. And definitely looks like it. Maybe Angelo Dawkins, maybe same category, same 55 in the 60s. So yeah, pretty strong and solid progress for Slam across the board. So you've already heard me say everything about CZW and what all I had, storyline wise go down. I had each person write up a paragraph, send it to me, and I'm just going to read it word for word so you hear exactly how they want you to know about what went down. If that was a little confusing, but I think you know what I mean. Here we go. First of all, MWA, the Warden wrote, and excuse my bad reading, because I don't read, okay? I don't read. 3 months have passed in the Midwest Wrestling Alliance, and for the most part, our champions have managed to retain their titles. Team MDK, Murder, Death, Kill, had a long bout with Catchpoint 2.0, seeing Nick Gage take the Mayhem television title off of Zack Sabre Jr., followed by Daniel Bryan taking it back from Nick Gage. We also saw the debut of the MWA Trios titles, where a company-wide tournament followed in the Latino World Order, I think it's Latino World Order, right? Defeated the Psycho Killers to become the inaugural champions. Also, Will Ospreay has flown up the card and I'm going to have to look at him, actually. We're going to have to look at Will Ospreay here. Will Ospreay has flown up the card and is with his alliance with Minoru Suzuki and Ultimo Dragon as their newest member, Buddy Murphy. So apparently they're adding in Buddy Murphy, and that's actually all Warden wrote. So this is the shortest of the group. But let's take a look at Will Ospreay. If he's moving him up, let's look how his progress. Popularity. Okay. Popularity. So he started out 57, now starting to get in the 70s. So yes, this is another big jumper, popularity wise. I'm glad Warden pointed that out. Will Ospreay, love him or hate him, right now with everything that's going on, but in our world, nothing's weird. Everything's cool here. He's definitely making a way. He's only 27. Oh my God. Yeah, this could be a real big deal in Midwest Wrestling Alliance. So next up is Ring of Honor and Luke. This is what Luke wrote, so I'm going to read it for you. During the off-season, Ring of Honor has had some major changes. We've crowned our first six-man champions in Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Time Splitters, who defeated Toxic Society, Skip Sabian, and the Hybrid 2.0 in a tournament final. So kind of the same deal. Ring of Honor and MWA both had a tournament to crown their six-man titles. I'm ad-libbing here, sorry. We've also had Shinsuke Nakamura win the television title from Dragon Lee, and Toni Storm dethroned Rhea Ripley as in Women of Honor champion. Kind of recapping what I already recapped. Sorry, I did not read these. I'm doing this live. Reading these as I'm recording this. So we also had the Ring of Honor's yearly event, Survival of the Fittest, the winner being Naito. So I guess that's a event or something like that. Maybe it's like a big match that I don't know enough about a Ring of Honor to where that's like an annual thing. So good to know. Must be like Tournament of Death or something like that. So, but it's one big match. Anyway, we've acquired talents. Priscilla, we've already went through all these. Priscilla Kelly, Ace Austin, Cain Velasquez in a new group in Equilibrium. Oh, let's go look at Equilibrium. I didn't know that. Let's take a look at, I don't see them on here. I see the European Union, Dragunov, Mark Andrews, and Morgan Webster. And I see Perfection, which is Ace Austin, who's the leader, John Morrison, Ricky Starks, and Miz. I like that stable. Undisputed Era, obviously, Toxic Society. But yeah, does Priscilla Kelly and Cain Flat, who's in this Equilibrium? It doesn't say. We'll have to find out, guys. We'll have to find out who is in the stable of Equilibrium. Unfortunately, we've also lost Randy Orton. Fuck him. Okay, I'm reading word for word. We've lost Randy Orton. Fuck him. That caused our war with MWA to end. Okay, that is big. That is a big news bulletin here that's happened in the offseason with Ring of Honor getting rid of Randy Orton. MWA has ended the war with Ring of Honor. I am not surprised. They both hate Randy Orton. The passion Randy Orton has, him leaving both companies has, healed the wounds of the war between these two. Back to the paragraph here. We also open up the Ring of Honor Dojo 2.0 due to issues with 1.0, and now we have begun training some of our newer, fresher talents. Okay, that's going to be interesting. That's kind of new. We haven't seen that. We'll see how that plays out in this new season here. We have had a mixed off season, but Ring of Honor looks forward to starting season 2 with a bang. Okay, so that is your recap for Ring of Honor. Good deal. Straight from the lips or the fingers of Luke. All right, next up, we got the words from Tigress, Spring Tigress here. All right, this is a long one, so bear with me here. I'm going to try to get through this. And by the way, thank you, Tigress, for submitting a very in-depth write-up, not like 3 sentences or 2 sentences like Warden did. I did say keep it shorter, but I mean, come on. This is overachieving your homework here. I love it. Slam opened a performance center called Slam Training Ground. Bailey and Bandito became a couple. That's awesome. Charlotte Flair started her contract with Slam. Oh, I really like this. This is like in just one sentence form. Very quick. I really like this. This is very good. Rosemary and Su Yung had a supernatural war, which led to a fight in another realm at Halloween Havoc that ended with Rosemary hanging Su Yung with a noose. What? Holy shit. Tessa Blanchard seemed like she was back to normal without Su Yung controlling her anymore, but she slowly started showing more and more erratic behavior to the concern of her new friend, Mia Yim. So Mia Yim and Tessa Blanchard there are a new friendship. Wow. Hanging people in Slam. Holy crap. Drew McIntyre feuded with Sasha from October to the end of November over the King of Slam title after Sasha literally stole the belt. Zack Ryder asked for his release after losing to Orange Cassidy. I love just that sentence. Zack Ryder lost to Orange Cassidy. He's like, nope, I'm out. Asuka and AJ Styles feuded after Asuka beat AJ's high score in Pac-Man. Oh man, why? Man, Tigress is using all the good stuff on the off season. I hope she brings us in the regular season. Asuka and AJ Styles feuded over Asuka beating AJ's high score in Pac-Man, which led to them having a 5-star classic match on back-to-back pay-per-views. We just looked at that. That is definitely true. Kofi Kingston was permanently traded to MWA for Samoa Joe. Shayna Baszler has been more dominant from injuring Riho and not losing a match during the entire offseason, and then forming a team with Sonya Deville, which I already commented on. I love that team. So man, Shayna Baszler becoming a big threat in Slam. Love it. The tag team division got more competitive after the dynamic duo champions, the Street Profits, called out the division to step up, eventually leading to a match between the Street Profits and the Young Bucks for the belts at Judgment Day, where the Young Bucks won the titles. Dave Meltzer gave the match 6 stars in parentheses. Nice touch. Jimmy Havoc has been undefeated since winning the Intercontinental title and has 3 successful title defenses. Sasha and AJ became friends. That's the sentence right there. That's all you need to know. I like it. Aleister Black and Cesaro became rivals and traded a win apiece over each other, but also defeated the War Raiders in a tag team match. Their last match against each other ended in a draw after the War Raiders attacked them, which led to a tag team match at New Year's Resolution where the War Raiders won. So it looks like the War Raiders won that little story there. Pac goaded Kurt Angle into a match to make Chad Gable his protege instead of Kurt's, that's interesting. He has been an abusive mentor, and Kurt wants to fix the mess that he has made. So I guess Pac is just beating the hell out of Chad Gable as his protege. We're going to see if Kurt can fix that maybe here in season 2. Drew got involved after Pac attacked him for a shot at the King of Slam title. And this also led to a match at the New Year's Resolution where Pac and a frightened Chad Gable versus Drew McIntyre and Kurt Angle, where Pac and Gable won. So maybe that was the end of it. I don't know. We will see. We will see what happens here with that coming into season 2. Asuka has been on the rise with high-rated matches and segments to the point where she's become the new figurehead of Slam. Wow. So she actually, yes, she is, over AJ Styles. Okay, so Asuka is the new figurehead of Slam. That's a big breaking news thing right there. Let's see, where are we at? Since winning the CZW's women's title, Ronda's ego got bigger, and she believed that she was the only star in Slam. But she had a reality check when she lost the Queen of Slam title to Asuka in the main event at New Year's Resolution. The day after New Year's Resolution, the company launched the Slam Network, which is literally the day that I'm recording this on. So Slam in 2021, and right at the start of season 2, has launched the Slam Network. We're going to see, I don't know what that means. Are they going to have pay-per-views anymore? Or is it going to be like, you're not going to get pay-per-view buy rates? Or I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens here for Slam in the next season. Thank you for sticking around. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to lose my voice. This was a pretty long video, but we had 3 months to recap everything. I actually just recorded this outro and I didn't hit record. So I went through a whole other spiel and my voice is killing me right now. It's mad at me. But thank you so much. We are going to be picking up where we left off last year. We are going to be recording on Mondays or Tuesdays. We're supposed to record on Monday, but Luke postponed it already. We're already going through it. And we're going to record on a Tuesday, and I'm going to bust my butt and get the episode edited and out on Wednesday, hopefully. So that is our target date. Same as last year for the most part. We're going to be releasing the episodes on Wednesday of each week. And hopefully everything goes smooth, but you know, weird stuff can happen, but I'll let you know. Follow us on Twitter at Jobber Radio and follow all their stuff, all their links on the side too on Twitter. I'll let you know if any weird things happen, if anything gets delayed and anything like that. So you can follow us there. Also, another place to follow us, check out down below. We have our Discord link. Some of you guys, we love hearing your comments and reading your comments here on the YouTube channel, and don't stop that. We love seeing that. But if you want to get even more interactive, join the Discord, and there is a little section on the left under the YouTube category, TEW2020 Series. We're right in there. I'm going to be posting stuff like screen caps of different things that you don't get to see on the show for CZW anyway. If anybody, the other owners want to do that, awesome. It's just a place for us to talk about the series. Any questions you have, anything, any suggestions, any like, hey, you're doing this wrong. Hey, Luke, fucking use Bray Wyatt. Like stuff like that. Hit up the Discord, chat it up with us. Also, If it's too much for you, just leave comments. We're still happy with that. Any day, all day. We read every one of them. Thank you so much for the support, guys. We really hope to do things better this year. I mean, I think our first season was really fun. I think it was really successful, and I can't wait to do an even better season 2. So with that said, guys, it's coming up. It's here. It is happening. It is real life. Well, it's almost real life. It's CZW 2020. But anyway, we will see you guys on the next episode. Until then, hit us up on Discord. Okay? Leave some comments right here. What are you most looking forward to in season 2? What are you liking the most out of what happened in the offseason? What do you just hate that happened in the offseason? Do you hate the fact the Undertaker is the CZW World Champion? Do you hate the fact that I booked Undertaker and Roman Reigns at Cage of Death? Probably. But let us know. What did you guys like? What did you guys dislike? And what are you most looking forward to in the new season? All right, that's it for real. I'm ending this. I can't talk anymore. All right, bye, guys.